So first of all, Dr. Khemani, I would like to understand, if you can introduce about yourself.
Sure. CyberCorp Ltd was a concept in the COVID we started thinking about. In 2022, late 22, we started the company, and it's a journey we have reached. There's a lot to cover because cybersecurity is an area which is unlimited as of now. Everything is changing, it is very disruptive, and CyberCorp is a SPAC. We acquire startups, we acquire talent, and then we grow them. So our idea is that if you couldn't scale up due to, let's say, economic reason, technology reasons, or otherwise, then we help you to scale up in a manner that you can grow at least 10x, 20x in the next 2-3 years.
Wonderful. So your name says that CyberCorp means you have got so many corps.
Yeah,
forces.
We have so many cups.
Okay. So before that, the cybersecurity, cybercrime, cyber defense, all these terminologies are, everybody knows about it. So like what we anticipate that cybercrime loss is going to be about $10 trillion in 2025, which could grow up to $12 trillion in 2026, which are propelling cybersecurity companies to expand their role in global cyber defense. Can you share?
Sure. Yeah. Today, cyber defense is the order of the day. I think we have crossed the level. We shouldn't term it cybersecurity. We should term it as cyber defense. And secondly, the crime rate is increasing so much that everybody's gone into a mess. The reasons for that is that AI-driven threat, the detection and response is required, zero trust architecture is required, global intelligence sharing is required, because this is a platform. Unless all of us are on the same platform, it will be quite difficult, because individually we can only do so much, but together we can do a lot. So I think that is a very important thing. And then we have been knowing about SaaS all the time, but then now we should have a cyber SaaS. And lastly, quantum resistant cryptography is very important. These are only some touch points, because if we keep speaking, it can go on for hours and hours.
Absolutely. So secondly, what are the specific sectors are anticipated to hear the brunt of these $10 to $12 trillion losses? And what are the primary attack vectors contributing to these damages?
You see, these cybercrime losses are huge. And primarily, the sectors which are most affected are the BFSI sector, which is the banking, financial services, and insurance sectors. Because there is a lot of transaction happening, there's real money involved, and if anything goes wrong, you can be very, very badly hit. Then, of course, healthcare is the next most important area, according to me, because if something goes wrong in the healthcare and the crime rates are there, then everything can go into a mess. Critical infrastructure, my friend from Microsoft was telling us, we all need to look into the infrastructure that we all have in our companies, where we stand, what is the path forward. Then retail and e-commerce is another sector that requires a lot of attention, because there again, it's a volume game. And the primary attack vectors, if I can just summarize, are the ransomware and double extortion, phishing and business email compromise, supply chain attacks, credentials stuffing and identity threat, and insider threats, which are of paramount importance.
So moving ahead, how are the cybersecurity companies responding to the rising financial loss caused by the cybercrime? If you can give some idea, after you can also give some idea how CyberCorp is also acting as a vector, a solution to the problem.
Yeah, sure,
yep,
sure.
please.
Sure. So you see, there are a couple of very important broad areas that require attention. So proactive threat hunting is one of the areas we all should look at very actively. Because instead of waiting for alerts, instead of waiting for things to happen, we should start looking at how we can protect ourselves. And that is why I say we have moved beyond security. Because security is like a policeman. We require actually defense. That's the only way we can actually grow the work, grow the business, and help the community. Because if we are not going to be able to feel safe, we are all in trouble. Then you have the security automation and SOA platform. As we all know, SOA stands for Security, Orchestration, Automation and Response Tools.
Correct.
Thirdly, the continuous cyber attack risk monitoring has to be done. So we need to do the investment in talent and cyber R&D. We need to do the penetrative testing, and we need to understand where things are going. Then only we will be able to protect ourselves. Because as Sandeep ji in the opening remarks said, that today AI is a reality. Now, while AI can be a very, very happy tool for everybody, but if it is not used properly, it can completely, change the world for the worse for all of us.
Absolutely, you are right. So moving ahead, what measures can business take to protect themselves against growing cyber threat?
See, some of the important, I would say, touch points would be, these are only very cryptic because each would require a lot of deep explanations, but then employee awareness training is required because all of us have lots of employees, and unless all the employees are on the same page, they understand what is happening, we will all be again in a disruptive mess. Then endpoint detection and response needs to be assessed. So the EDR, if we can assess our EDRs in the organization, the response time, because of course, like you had Israel, on the first day they attacked and their dome was not ready. They could only do 800, shall we say, rockets. But then very quickly they scaled it up. After that, Philistine could not damage anything because every time the dome would be protective and Israel kept going forward. And we know what the result is. So response is very important. Then of course, multi-factor authentication is important. Today, we should have a layered approach. Everything should be done in a manner which is befitting. And regular security audits and penetration testing needs to be done. All of us should be ISO certified so that, the risk ISO 27001 is a very important standard. If we can all follow it, it will make us all a little better. And then zero trust implementation. This is a very misunderstood word, trust. As human beings, we would want to trust everyone. But then as a system, we should not even trust ourselves. I think that's the only way we can make the world a happier place. Last but not the least, we have the incident response plans and the cyber insurance. Because if anything finally goes wrong, and if the insurances are in place, I think at least you can save the disaster.
You are absolutely right. So growing cybercrime, it is an opportunity for the OEM as well as the partners for the growth. So how CyberCorp is looking forward, enhancing their portfolio by giving or penetrating through the partner ecosystem in the country?
You see, I think on our own, as I said, we can't do everything. So channel partners are required in each and every field, and that's the only way forward for all of us. So partnerships are the new order of the day. Collaborations are the new of the day. We shouldn't say competition, we should say collaboration. So let us all put our strengths together and take things forward.
Thank you very much.